my name is Jamie Rue, and today I'm going to be talking about P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. Okay, so I just got this in the mail today, and I read it on the drive to my orthodontist, and then on the drive back, and I finished it halfway back, and it was fantastic. Let me tell you, first of all, this entire thing is going to be spoilers, so if you have not read this book, I suggest you leave, read the book, and then come back, because I have a lot of feelings, and then we can fangirl together in comments. Or fanboy, I don't know. I finished the book, I threw the book on the ground like it was a football, and I was scoring a touchdown, and then you know that thing in movies that people do when they score touchdowns and they take the ball and they go, wah, and they like throw it on the ground and they're like cheering? That's basically what I did, except I was sitting in the passenger seat next to my mother, and it was a book. I did the book nerd's equivalent of a throwdown football thing, because Peter and Laura Jean got together after a lot of drama. First of all, they got together within the first 2 chapters, which was 1, unexpected, and 2, the best thing ever. I was expecting that thing to happen where they don't get together for a super long time, and then it's angst, and then you're dying, and that's not what happened, and I'm so happy. Feelings. Okay, but then 2 things happen. No, 3 things happen. What I forgot, like, the entire first half of the book. What? Scandal thing where it looks like a sex tape and it's not a sex tape. A tape of them sitting in the hot tub together. Like, why do you care who had sex with who? It doesn't matter. I'm disappointed that they did not find out who Anonid bitch was, because I wanted that to happen and I wanted Peter to throw down with whoever it was. Apparently it's not Genevieve. I thought it was. I'm so sure that it was Genevieve. I was like, if Genevieve didn't do it, then she at least sent the video, like, obviously. And I'm so mad that Peter did not believe Laura Jean right away. But then, like, also that he found out and then didn't tell Laura Jean. I feel like communication was a big problem in this book between Laura Jean and Peter. It's always a problem. But, like, they put it in the contract that they made in the beginning to be honest with each other. What was it? Laura Jean and Peter will always tell the truth. There should have been a stipulation to that where it's like, we will also not keep secrets that affect the other person. Because technically it wasn't lying, but it was a secret that affected the other person, so like possibly the other person should have known about it. The way Peter handled that by getting up on stage and being like, hey, by the way, actually all we did was make out. Was fantastic. Imagine if that actually happened at your school. The teachers made me so mad. You can't do that. You cannot very obviously, blatantly just like pull your kids aside, like in front of a class too. I understand maybe if like the school's counselor said something to her, like called her down. That might make more sense. But blatantly, like in front of other students, calling another kid out, not okay. So not okay with it. Oh, and what kind of school does not notice that all the computer screens have been changed to memes of the same thing? Who just leaves that there? I can't. Oh, and that Little Mermaid video that they were watching, so not okay. I don't like that Laura Jean kind of made people doubt whether or not they had sex or not, because she did that and she didn't clarify exactly. Like, and she got so mad, and Peter got so mad, and I love that they showed a breaking point for his cool, because he always seems so cool and calm about everything. It's like, dude, you have a breaking point. Where is it? And we got it. We got it. Got me so mad. That entire situation, just like on top of the blatant like slut shaming in this book, there's also just like a lack of care of the administration of the school in like tamping this kind of stuff down. The faculty just being completely inappropriate towards a student. I hate that. It made me so mad. The first half of this book was just a mix of me being mad at the student body and then being like, oh, Peter and Laura Jean, and I can't even smile right now properly. Like, that was such a fake smile because I'm so riled about that. Ugh. I am so annoyed at Peter because he just spends so much time with Genevieve that it's just like, okay, but you have a girlfriend, question mark. And you're in that like stupid phase where all the chemicals are in your brain and you're supposed to be like super lovey-dovey about each other, and like, shouldn't you be spending more time with your girlfriend? Like, towards the second half of the book, it's just like, oh, look, Peter's with Genevieve again. Oh, where's Peter? Is he hanging out with Laura Jean? No, he's with Genevieve. I mean, it's good that he doesn't just drop everyone for Laura Jean. I understand that you want to be supportive of your friend. There's also the fact that Genevieve is kind of a manipulative bitch. So factoring that into the equation, I kind of want him to spend less time with Genevieve and more time with Laura Jean. But also Laura Jean is annoying because she can't trust anybody, but that's just how high schoolers work. I'm gonna be complaining a lot about human nature when it's like obviously in real life this is actually how these characters would be acting. Contract was cute. Contract was really cute. Contract was like the cutest thing because it's like they're awkward and like they don't know how to do anything, so it's like, hey, let's drop a contract because it was better when we had that. And then that scene happened at the end where it's like, I don't care if you break my heart, screw the contract. You can break my heart, do whatever you want with it. I squealed in the car sitting next to my mother. It was so good. I'm just jumping all over the place. John Ambrose McLaren was not a bad guy. I hated him because he was Peter's opposition, but I don't hate him as a like I feel like if I met John Ambrose McLaren, I would totally be okay with my best friend dating that guy, right? Because he wasn't like a bad guy, he was just not Peter. And that was not okay. Like, John, I'm sorry, find someone that you like too. I just want Laura Jean and Peter to be happy. And then they'll be cute together all the time. A lot of this book was them just tiptoeing around each other, Laura Jean and Peter. They're really afraid of doing something that'll make the other person angry, which was a problem. But also here's the thing where like Peter is just cold all the time and doesn't look miserable at all when he's anywhere near Laura Jean at the end of the book, and it's like, she is hurt by this breakup too, and you're hurt by their breakup, so why don't you just both act miserable, and you'll see that you're both miserable, and then you'll get back together and everything will be fine. I'm gonna use something that might anger people. Stop being such a guy. It's such a thing where like guys can't show their emotions in society, like they're not supposed to, and it bothers me so much because everything would be easier. I think Kitty not being very innocent and her sisters realizing that she's not very innocent is a very big part of this book. I don't think it's like the biggest part of the book, but I think it's something that they touch upon lightly all the time, that it makes it big enough that it's like, oh right, my sister kind of knows what she's doing. That's weird. Stormy or whoever kept pushing John, and I was just like, no, she has a boyfriend. And she has a really nice boyfriend who doesn't seem nice, but he's super nice. Let me talk about her boy craziness, where she's totally convinced that she's in love with someone as soon as they do a certain thing. I don't personally agree with that stance. I don't know, maybe it happens to people and it just hasn't happened to me yet. I kind of read this fast, so I might have missed it. But in Laura Jean's response to John, did she say that Peter said hi? I don't remember her writing that. I was like waiting for it and I don't think I saw it. I might be wrong and I might have just skimmed over it and like missed it entirely. It's totally possible. I read pretty fast. Like I said, I got this at like 3:30-ish and then I finished it like 5:10-ish. I really like that Margot got that thing where it's like official that she and Josh are over, and then she's kind of okay with it at some point in the book where it's just like, she sounded lighter than she had before. I guess she was really over Josh. I liked that. I really liked that scene. I also really like the Korean elements that they have in here, where it's just like they're talking about 갈비찜 and about 세배. 세배 is New Year's, where you bow to your elders. Like that action of bowing, like it's called 세배. I liked that they wore hanboks. I really liked that she went over to Peter's house wearing a hanbok. I also like that she had a pink skirted white ivory hanbok because I used to have one of those. It doesn't fit me anymore. That thing fit me when I was in like 5th grade, but I loved it and it was pretty and I want another one, but those things are expensive, so no. I don't know, I just like the Korean elements of this book because I'm Korean and it's like awesome sometimes to just like see your culture in something. Yeah, no, don't expect... Ladies, don't expect people to write you poems. Guys do. Don't expect people to write you poems. It's really hard to make poetry sound good. The reason that Genevieve became so mad at Laura Jean was because she kissed Peter, or because Peter kissed her and then she didn't fess up. I feel like this guy was not a reason that you should have stopped being friends with your best friend. You didn't have to end your friendship. And also, where Genevieve is just like, grow up, Laura Jean. She's trying to be okay about it. She's trying to be civil. I don't know that Laura Jean should have said, do you think we'll ever go back to like the level of friendship that we were? But I feel like at least, you know, do you think we'll ever like have some common courtesy towards each other or like have respect for one another? That's not too much to ask of a person. There are plenty of people that I was friends with when I was younger that I was a crappy person to. That, you know, if I could get in touch with them again, I'd be like, hey, I'm really sorry that when I was younger I was a bitch. I hope that one day, you know, we'll be on speaking terms, or that, you know, we won't hold an animosity towards each other, or that you won't hold an animosity towards me because I was a crappy person when I was in freaking elementary school. but like, I am not the same person that I was in elementary school, and that's Laura Jean realizes that. There's this big epiphany that Laura Jean has in the book where she's like, I'm not the same person anymore, and Peter isn't the same person, and John isn't the same person, and Genevieve isn't the same person, and no one is the same person. Because we all grew up. And I think that's an important realization that she had. I love, by the way, that Chris is Genevieve's cousin. I think that's hilarious. I think it's one of the funniest. Because it's like, I used to be best friends with Genevieve, but now I'm friends with her cousin, and her cousin hates her, and I kind of hate her, but we used to be friends. And I think that dynamic is hilarious. Also, Laura Jean, no need to be so secretive about your stupid pen pal relationship with John Ambrose McLaren. You could definitely tell that Laura Jean was mad, Peter. Under no circumstances could you not tell that Laura Jean was like jealous or upset about the fact that you're spending so much time with the person who she thinks, and you know, sent out that video to a not a bitch or whatever. So why, one, are you hanging out with her so much? And then two, won't you give her a better explanation? I know you said, oh, she's having family issues. I think maybe giving her a little bit more information would have made her a little bit more understanding. You did not have to be so secretive with this if it was making the people around you so upset. Or just like, stop staying in contact with Genevieve. I don't know. Okay, yes, John Ambrose McLaren, I understand, was cute, and you liked him too. I don't think you were in love with him so fast, Laura Jean. I don't think that it takes... How long were you pen pals? I'm gonna go with a month, because I don't know how long we were pen pals. But I don't think it takes a month, or even a few months, to fall in love with a person. I just think that you were like inflating romantic love, and she acknowledges this at some point, that she's in love with the idea of love, and I'm glad that she acknowledges it, and that she does think that you know, she's in love with love. And a lot of people are in love with love. Me, myself, I'm in love with love. Personally, conflate romantic love so much, and I try not to, because I know that romantic love is the basis of all of the world. People inflate the idea of romantic love, and that's what she does for all of this book. Hi, so it's a little bit later, as you can see by the fact that I'm holding the camera and that the lighting is different and everything, but I just want to add an addendum to my video. I said Laura Jean was in love with the idea of love for the entire book, and I'm editing right now, and it makes it sound like that's a bad thing. And it is if you're not aware of it. But here's the thing that Laura Jean does, where she ends up acknowledging it, and she accepts it, and she's okay with it, and then she doesn't think that romantic love is what makes the world go around. She just thinks that romantic love is a good thing, and that she wants it, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting love. She's kind of like caught in this weird thing where it's like she wants to be in a relationship, but she doesn't know how to be in a relationship, and she's too scared to like take the leap to be in a relationship, so they skirt around each other with this contract the entire goddamn book, and then at the end they're finally like, screw the contract, let's just be in love and everything will be better. Everything's better. And I'm so happy they got together in the treehouse at the end. I love the cover. I don't really hate covers with people, but there's like stuff and it's cute. When John Ambrose and Laura Jean kissed, I actually screamed in a parking lot. Like in a parking lot, I was like, no, no, what is going on? No, because no. Okay, you can't do this. You still love Peter. What are you doing? Someone reached into my chest and clawed my heart out during like half of this book where like Peter and Laura Jean are going through rough patches. Like every single time it's like someone's like scraping my heart with like a rake. That was interesting imagery. Oh god, imagine what would happen if someone scraped a heart with a rake. But they got together in the end, so it's all okay. Can you release a short story, Jenny Han, where it's just Laura Jean and Peter being cute? I know some people might not like it because of the intense focus on love. I also thought that there was a very feministic side where she was like trying not to fall too much into love and like also hang out with her friends, which was great. So I know, I think a lot of people won't like these kinds of books because they conflate romantic love so much, but also they're cute, and two, this is a real type of person that goes through a journey of like, hey, maybe let's not focus on love so much. If you read this book, fangirl with me about it in the comments, or tell me why you didn't like it. I'm gonna stop now. Bye.